here with Gaming Granny coming at you from inside our Minecraft world. This is episode 5 of season 1. Today we're going to get started with trying to get some XP farm going. I thought I'd start with like a trident farm. So I'm going to gather up all the materials that I need for this farm and I'll get back with you. Alright, so I'm going to try and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm trying to finish off the storage area. I'm trying to get enough bookshelves so that we can start excuse me, so that we can start enchanting things, and I'm trying to get our materials that we're going to need for the trident farm. Now I'm going to use JC Plays version for the trident farm. I will leave a link to that tutorial. I'm not a good builder. I'm learning as I go, and I'm learning how to do all the redstone and just different things, how things work, and I have learned quite a bit. There are kind of quite a few things that I can do without going back and watching the tutorial on it, because I've learned how to do it. But anytime that I use somebody else's build, even if I don't have to refer to the tutorial anymore, I will leave a link in the description of each of those videos that'll show what tutorial I used, so that I'm giving credit where credit is due. Because if it's not my build, I don't want to take credit for something that someone else has already done. And I appreciate creators like JC Plays and Mythical Sausage and Blue Nerd and a lot of them that I use their tutorial videos, because it's very helpful. And if you're like me and you were learning how to do all the different things, it's kind of nice to have someone to go back and they teach you how to do it step by step. So the people that I do watch are the people that I know are easy to follow. They do it step by step. Some of the people on there, they're great at it, but you have to be kind of a little bit advanced sometimes, I guess, in your build, because they don't really talk or walk you through it step by step, and you just kind of have to slow the video down or pause the video. Now, a minute ago, you may have seen me make a chest and put it in the upstairs thing and put for Katara Gaming, and then I put a rotten potato in it. It's just kind of a prank that we play on each other sometimes. She may join my world at some point in time and kind of help with some of the videos that I make, but I just wanted it there as a joke, because she'll probably use that as her bedroom until we make our bigger house later. We usually do make something bigger after we've gained a lot of materials and pretty much got a lot of farms going, so that we have easy access to everything. But anyway, it's just a joke. She'll put rotten potatoes in a chest for me, or if I'm standing there, she'll come up behind me and throw them so that they automatically go into my inventory. It's just kind of funny. Now, they were talking about at one time using the rotten potatoes as like an entry to a new realm. I don't remember what it was going to be called, the Upside Down or something like that. As far as I know, they haven't put that in yet. Hasn't become a thing. So for right now, there's really no use for those potatoes, but, you know, you never know. Now, I don't really have a schedule as to when I release these. Right now, I'm trying to work on a bunch of different content, and I'm also testing out new games that I've gotten, so a lot of my time gets spent on various games. So it may be like a week before you see a new video for Minecraft, but maybe you see a couple for Fortnite or whatever. The main purpose of my channel is to play with my grandkids, but they mainly play Fortnite for right now. But with them being in school, they don't have a whole lot of time to play between homework and school and home life and, you know, all that stuff. So eventually I will get some more content playing with them. Okay, so at this point I'm just going to gather a little bit more of the wood so that I have enough to be able to finish the storage in the basement. So you'll see me doing some of that. Some of this can be boring, so I try and do a lot of this off camera. But, I mean, part of playing Minecraft is getting all the materials and all of that. So I do try to add that, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I should add more content like this where I'm actually gathering materials, or would you rather, I don't know, just see the exploration part? I don't know. Somebody let me know. Nobody's telling me anything, so I'm just kind of going with what I know to do. Alright, it glitched out. I enjoy watching people play the games, not necessarily, it doesn't matter to me if they're gathering materials or whatever. I enjoy watching all of it. I like to see how they got from point A to point B. So if that meant that they spent 20 minutes chopping down trees, well, that can be a little bit boring. I do still like to see how everything came to be. I've been trying to fast forward a lot of the boring stuff. Just kind of trying to figure it out as I go, I guess. Alright, so I'm going to run into the basement to sleep. Okay. I don't remember how many chests I need to finish this off, so we'll put what we've got in and go from there. A lot of work goes into this. Again, this storage thing I put, I believe, on the first episode. I put a link to Mythical Sausage's storage tutorial, but I will put it again on this one, so that way, in case you missed it, it'll be on here. Now, I know I need 24 more. And then I'm going to need three of them to put in our, for the XP farm. Alright, so that does it as far as filling in the chest. I've got all that done. I do need to make enough of the item frame holders to put on there, and I still have the ceiling to finish. But before I can finish the ceiling, I do have to do some terraforming outside, because once I start breaking into some of the ceiling, it's actually going to break through the ground. So, with that said, I know I need 2 chests to begin with. And I have to have 1 hopper. So let's go make a hopper. Okay, got the hopper made. The next thing, I need 2 glass blocks. I think I might have. Nope, I have 1. But do I have sand? I do. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my buckets so I can go out here and collect some lava, because lava for me is the best source of fuel. I like to use coal simply for my torches. I don't use the coal for fire once I get a lava farm. Alright, so we have 2 buckets of lava. Look it down here, and I'll get my sand going. Well, it helps if I put it in there. Alright, so while that's doing, I also need to... Okay, I glitched. I also need to make some tools again. So I need a sword. And I'm just going to make a stone pickaxe for now. Go ahead and put that back down there. But I'm going to go check my sugar cane, because I still believe I need just 1 bookshelf, I think. And I should be at 30, but I didn't have enough sugar cane to make enough paper. Okay. I don't know why it's glitching so bad, but it is. So, bear with me. Sometimes I have to shut down the game and restart it, so I may have to do that. Can I make a book? Yes. And that means... Okay. Are we at 30 now? Let's find out. Nope, 24. Well, phooey. Thought we were getting somewhere. Well, we'll have to wait for sugarcane to grow. Alright, let's work on some more stuff. So, I should have my glass blocks that I need. I just need 2. I usually try to take a couple extra, because you never know when you're going to mess it up. And it really stinks when you mess up and then you have to break the glass. Okay, and then we got to have 1 torch. So we'll put a torch. 1 slab. Do I have any slabs? Yes, I do. Okay. A stack plus 48 stairs. So let's see. So we have a stack and 40. So I need 8 more. Okay. So we have a slab, and we have our stack and 48 stairs. Next, we need 2 stacks plus 2 ladders. Okay, so we're gonna need quite a few steps. Sorry, my phone keeps making racket, so I get sidetracked trying to figure out what is going on. Alright, so we got more than enough ladders. 1 stack, 2 stack, and then we need 2. Okay. We'll put the rest away. Okay, the next thing that we need is 20 stacks of solid blocks. Solid blocks can be anything like cobblestone or stone or even smooth stone. So we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, plus 9 more, that's 17. And that means we need 3 more. Now, I'm doing it this way just so I can gather the items, and all I gotta do is just transfer it, and it'll go right where I want it to go. I don't have a lot of cobblestone, but we do have this other room that I want to start breaking through, so that'll give me some stone. And then the next thing I'll have to have is 26.5 stacks of leaves. In order to get leaves, we're going to have to create some shears. I'm going to make 2 pairs for now. Okay, and what I want to do is I'm going to come out here to gather some of this oak wood anyway, so I'm just going to grab what I can for leaves. And then I'll chop down the tree itself. So it'll kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Alright, so I'm going to gather up some of this material and I will be right back with you. So it took a whole lot of tree chopping, leaf chopping, and mining to get the cobblestone to get enough supplies for all of this. So I spent quite a bit of time doing all of this, so I cut most of it out because I know that it would get monotonous and boring, and I don't think anybody wants to watch hours of that. So okay, so at this point I had enough of the materials that I needed, so I'm going to go ahead, gather up all the materials, and then I'm going to go to the boat, put some in, and come back, get the rest of it, and then I will go over to the spot where I'm going to actually begin the build. Alright, so now that I'm at the spot, I've got to build out 50 blocks away from land, so that's what I'm doing. And then he says to go out 50 blocks and then go to the bottom of the ocean and build up to the surface of the water. I have always just built 50 blocks out like a little row so that I had something I could walk on from the shore all the way out to my build. Then once you get to that 50 blocks, you're going to want to build up by 130 blocks. You'll see me start to do that, but then I lose count, so I break them all and I come back down. I go back up. Then I jump down into the water so it doesn't take any fall damage once I get to the 130, and I'll put ladders all the way up to the top. Alright, so the next step is going to be you add a block to each side of the ladder, and then you're going to want to build, I think it's 5 blocks forward, and then fill in that entire platform. Okay, so what you don't see there is I actually had to sleep for the night. So the next thing is you plunk down your chest and you put the hopper on it with the slab on top of that. You don't need those corner back blocks anymore, so you can get rid of those. And you're going to build up a wall that's 19. Well, first you go, I think it's 4 blocks high, and then you put your 2 glass blocks in. Then you're going to build it up even more, 19 more blocks. So there's a lot that goes in it. And when you get to the top, you've actually got to build a giant platform. So I'm going to come back when all of the building is done. Alright, so what you see me here doing is finishing touch. You're going to put a leaf roof over the whole top of it. That way you can use it day and night. The leaves will help make it dark enough so that during the daytime your drowns will still spawn. And it'll also, nothing can spawn up here on this roof. So it's good that it's made out of leaves. So you see me putting that on. And then when I'm done getting that on, I had made a dirt platform for me to get up to the top of the thing where the farm where the water and stuff is. So you'll see me actually just chopping that down. Okay, so at this point, the farm is done. I can now start killing them. You just take your sword or whatever, and you start doing that, and you see the XP that you get off of it. Later on, when you can enchant, if you get a sword with looting 3 on it, you'll actually get more XP and more items or whatnot. Well, I don't know about the XP, but you definitely get more items. But I've already gotten 2 tridents at this point. Alright, and you may have noticed that I put it on hard mode instead of normal. I've had it on normal this whole time, but putting it on hard mode does allow more drown to spawn in a quicker succession. So the whole point that I'm going to try to do is actually get a few XP built up and go from there. But you just kind of want to sit there and let them build up. Alright, so I'm going to show you something that I like to do after I get a trident. So I'm going to block this off so that no more comes down for the time being. And I'm going to smack that. I'm going to go ahead and bust these blocks here. And I'm going to get rid of that one. Alright, so I like to turn it into an automatic thing so that I don't need these corners. Not right here anyway, but so that I can I don't have to be standing here. Anyway, I'm putting a glass block there because that still allows the chest to open. And I forgot to bring my crafting table. So I'm gonna need another hopper. And I'm gonna need a minecart. And I'm gonna make the minecart with hopper. Alright, so all that I do different is I add a rail to the hopper. I put my minecart there. Okay, now I can Okay, well, first off, I can go dropping down and go to bed. I do not need a supercharged creeper to blow up. Yeah. Okay, I don't know I laid the block down, but okay. Okay. Now, this does make it so that when they fall, they don't take as much fall damage, but that's not going to matter in the long run because we'll have a trident that's killing them. But yeah, this is something I do like to do just because I don't have time to just stand there a lot of times, and I can let it run while I'm doing chores or if I've got to work or whatever, and I can just let it do its thing. Okay. Okay. Got to remember how I do it. And I may not need all of these blocks. Alright, so we'll have that. Yeah, that's not. Alright, so if we put a piston there, bear with me. Okay. There we go. Alright, and then it's going to be there, there. Okay, something's not right. Alright, let's start this whole thing over. like that, and then we have a piston there. And we put that there. Okay, and then alright, so this isn't exactly how I normally do it, but it will work. Alright, and then another piston there, there. No. Finally, a piston here. Alright, now not what I meant to do. Okay. Something's not right. Um, yep. So we gotta make sure all of these are going in the same direction. And then we have to put a layer of cobble. Okay, and then we want it to be that way. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put glass here. Okay, and then I'll just have to build up to where we can reach that. Okay, so we've got that part running. Let's go grab some more cobble. Instead of going back to the base, I'm just gonna go and grab some over here. But let's sleep since it's night. Sometimes it's all about if you know, are trying to do something and you kind of got an idea, just try it. What's the worst going to happen? You're going to mess up like I did and had to redo it. I mean, we're not all professional builders, so we just do what we can. There we go. Let me put that where I can see. Right, that ought to be good for right now, I think. Excuse me. And I'll grab up these that are down below. Alright. I will actually change the platform so that it's more elevated. Alright, so the easiest way to change the platform is I add one there. And now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and break that. And I'm going to put a slab in there to allow the chest to still open. But also we'll keep the minecart in there. Now, I always... Okay. I didn't mean to break that. Okay, but alright, so when I'm ready, I will break that glass there. And that will go right there. And we'll have another glass block there. So I'm going to try and do that real quick. Okay. And we'll set that down. Now I'm going to grab a slab and I'm going to put that slab right there. Alright. Okay, and as you can see, our farm is now working. Now, okay, and I had to set the settings back on hard because I had it on easy while I was doing that. And so as you can see, I'm gaining XP simply by standing here. And it's doing all the work for me. I can stand over here if I want to see what's going on. But it kind of broadened the drop area, so... Alright, so once again I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for bearing with us as we gathered a bunch of materials for this episode. The next time we're going to try and make it a little bit more entertaining. I hope to be able to gather enough XP so that we can get some better armor, get some better weapons, and then I'd like to go into the Nether and start looking for the Nether Fortress. So that's the plan for next time. Once again, Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please leave us a like. Send us a comment. Let us know what you want to see. Please share this video with your friends. Let's get some more subscribers out there. We're at 23 subscribers. We're trying to get to 50. Please help us to grow this channel. My grandkids would absolutely love it. Alright, thanks again for watching. See you on the flip side.